Okay, so hi, thank you for coming. I'm Jacki. I own Lifted Salon in Folsom, California. You know me, Patty. We met quite a while ago, and we can have like a little bit of a raw conversation about that. But you are in is it suburbs of Chicago? Where?
Yeah, we're in the suburbs.
Okay, so you're in Chicago, Illinois, and you own Opulent Beauty and creator of Grace Hand Tight, and just tell us a little bit about all the things that you do, because it's incredible.
So I've been in the industry for, close to 20 years, and I've literally experienced all facets of the beauty industry. I worked in a commission salon for 10 years, and then I worked in a rental salon. And then I opened my own salon, and that also started off as commission, switched to rental after I had my baby, and then I just switched it back to commission. So I've run all aspects of that business. And I also have, which we've just recently added, I would say in like the last year or two, I have 6 salon suites called Opulent Beauty Studios. So all of our renters have essentially moved into their own suite in that part of our business. And then I am the developer of Grace Hand Tied, which is a hand tied extension method that has completely changed my business. So it's great. I have I don't know. I just love the beauty industry so much. Like, it's just an amazing career to have if you do it the right way.
Absolutely. I mean, I have a very similar, I've been doing hair for 20 years as well. And we, I've done all aspects: studios, commission, hourly, rental, back to studios, and then into my own salon, which is a commission salon. Because I really, really miss that team atmosphere. But I definitely spent a lot of time not doing the beauty industry right, and really holding myself back a lot. And then at that point, I decided to change everything, which is kind of when we met, and deciding to do extensions. And one of the main reasons why I really wanted to talk today and like put this up for like my community and the communities we both share is kind of the issues that we had going into hand tied. It is no joke doing hand tied extensions. It is what a lot of people don't realize, and what I hear a lot in my stylist community is they go take, because the distributorships have kind of hopped on this. I don't know how it is in your area, but some of the distributors have hopped on, and it's a one-day class to do hand tied. And I just am like, no, it's not. It's not. So one thing I want to really point out is that it's really, really, really all encompassing. And I mean, you do classes. I mean, you do elevation hours every week. You do, a really all-encompassing course for people. So there's a lot we could go into, but what I really want to focus on is like the difference between like the methods, and we can go in any direction really with that. But for me,
I know.
I'm certified in 3-4 different methods, and I did tape-ins and I did other kinds too, but hand-tied specifically. And I really felt like I didn't know what I was doing for a long time, when really like the method itself, some of the methods itself just had problems, and it made me feel as an artist like they weren't working. And I still get people with different methods in coming to me as like the last straw. And I see their scalp, I see the breakage, I see the traction alopecia, I see that they're sick of coming into their stylist to fix it. And it seems like the norm, like they're still thinking it's the norm, and extensions kind of have a bad rap for causing damage. And I, like with my clients in your method, we have grown their hair so much longer and so much healthier, and there's been no scalp damage. And it's also apocalypse proof. So
I had so many clients go through the whole shutdown, and I mean, their hair, I wouldn't recommend it, but their hair was still intact and still solid.
Yeah. And then on top of it, like we had to do some Zoom sessions with my clients who like the timing didn't work for them. and I had to teach them how to remove it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like, and they did it safely. So that also speaks to like, it's simple, it's sturdy, it works, and it lasts. And we did a social kind of an experience with Caitlin, and hers was in for 16 weeks.
Yeah, my girl too. She like went on maternity leave, and then the shutdown happened, and she didn't take them out until she came back to the salon. It was about 16 weeks.
It's crazy. I mean, it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't ideal. I would only have like do that experiment with another stylist, but
yeah,
it was incredible, and her scalp was fine. And so I'd love to hear like why you created the method. I know a bit of why, but I'd love for other people to hear why, and why like I've chosen to completely switch everyone over to it. So can you speak on that?
so I was on the same path. I had my son, and I realized that I could no longer do burnout behind the chair. So you and I both were on the same path, looking for a way to transform our business to work smarter, not harder. Yeah. And I stumbled across hand tied extensions, and I was like, oh, this is a great service. Like I love this. I'm going to give it a shot. And as I started doing my clients, and I was investing tons of time practicing every day. I mean, I was literally doing everything I could with this initial method. And it transformed my business. But then my clients were coming back with major scalp issues. And no matter how much I tried to loosen the beads or try to maneuver things, they were either coming back for adjustments because their beads were slipping, or they were coming back in with bald spots. So me as a professional could no longer do this method on them, because I'm like, I can't, it goes against my morals, my integrity. This is not working for me. So I, like you, was on a hunt for a method that worked with the same style of extensions, took tons of classes, and was like, there's nothing that is working for my guests. Either it was causing scalp damage, or it was slipping and not lasting. And like you said, clients were continually coming in frustrated because they needed adjustments. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just going to try something. And I started messing around with different things and practicing different things on my staff. And I came across my method, and it's amazing. So I knew, with all of the connections that I had made through the previous education, that everyone was kind of searching for something. So that's why I decided to share, because sharing is caring. And
yes,
I just wanted to help other stylists, because it literally has changed my life and my business.
I mean, it's done the same for me. I mean, your choice to do that like changed my life and my business, because I was searching for a way to work smarter, not harder. I have 2 kids, and I wanted to kind of be free of that and be more of a next level person. I knew I had more in me, and I knew could offer better. And of course, like being able to extend the canvas. I love coloring extensions and cutting. Actually, I like it all. So, I've taught you for your company.
I love it.
And, I love having an elevated experience. I am still, I mean, even right now, I still feel like I'm a child, but,
I do too.
So I have a very laid back way of doing it, where, and I always felt too, with other methods, I did not fit the mold at all. Like I don't wear flowy dresses. I don't have Louis Vuitton bags. Like I am just not, I mean, now my hair's all short, quarantine and scissors and wine, but I actually really love short hair, and I love extensions with short hair too. And I love doing like shaggy cuts with extensions, which isn't exactly like what you normally see. So I'm trying to like niche myself into that a little bit more. So the more we get into this stuff, the more like little like corners and pockets when we talk about specializing. It's not just specializing in extensions or just specializing in color. There's a style to it. So and more recently, I've been able to kind of play with that a little bit. I think after this year, a lot of people are willing to go a little bit more wild. I know I am personally. So,
for sure.
It's interesting, but I'm sure I got off track there for a minute with my ADHD. But anyway, I could not, that's what I was saying. I launched myself into higher income. but I was still working more hours than I wanted to work because I was doing adjustments on people. And I'm most stylists who are like you and me don't sleep at night when that happens. And you're just like, what did I do? How could I have done this different? What am I doing wrong? We trained, and we're obsessed with our careers, and we're obsessed with education. And I know, that we've done everything and practiced everything, and yet still there's these issues. And so I felt really, it really hit my ego a lot as an artist. And then in comes another method. I tried it, and it I was like, okay, like this is better, but there's still issues. And then, I started with your method, and I haven't had one. Hi, Megan. I haven't had one issue, and I've even, been able to play with it a bit. And it's really, truly bulletproof. And with that, the way I love you so much because you were already set up for 2020 without even trying. So, flying to different classes all the time and spending all that money and really having a method that's truly like solid. And, it is, anything new is hard to learn because you have, you feel like you're all thumbs and things like that. But once you learn it, it becomes so simple and so like ease of flow. And then you just get faster and faster and faster at it. But I love that you have created a way to do an education program where you're still like virtually there. They're submitting their photos, they're submitting their videos of you doing it. You're watching them as if you're there. You did this before quarantine happened. And, now it's even easier, and it's not, $2,000, $5,000, like $10,000. I don't even want to say the amount that I spent to fly for trainings over and over and over and over again that I'm still paying off.
Over $20,000, both of us. Yeah.
That would be the number.
Right. So, maybe more, honestly. I don't want to look, but probably more.
Yeah. I mean, like we're through that. But the thing is like, I mean, I still like want to go, and do those classes in person when we can, because I love that. But, and it's fun to hang around other hairdressers, but, your training has really like, I don't know, I can't speak to other methods because I haven't seen anything the way you do it. But yeah, you're able to really do quality control for your stylists and be there for them. I have no idea how you do it all. I really don't.
Well, I do it all by hiring people to do things for me. Because you literally cannot do everything. I don't clean my house. I have someone who does that. I don't post my social media. Like I write the captions, but I have someone who does that. Like I have someone who runs to the post office for me. I have someone who, my girl, Becky, she literally does everything for me. She'll take my car to get it detailed. Like, cause there's not all the time in the world. So you pick and choose what you want to spend your time on. And then you invest in people who invest in you. And when you pay for someone to help you, it lets you expand your business in a way that you could not do it on your own. And I see a lot of stylists who don't want to hire an assistant because they feel they can't afford it. And my whole message is you can't not afford to have an assistant, especially if you're independent or a salon owner.
Yeah.
So that's how is you just have to get help,
Yeah. I'm inching there as quickly as I can. Like, thanks 2020.
Thank you. 2020 is the best. Seriously.
I know, right? But yeah, there's Caitlin with her, non-extensions anymore. So,
hi guys.
And that's what's really, cool is you can take that training on the road with you.
And that's one of the things touching base too, like talking about.
Oops. My bad.
No, it's okay. One of the things about, we were talking about like quality control is that's the thing with these methods that like are run by distributors is they have these like, 3-hour classes and then these people are certified to do extensions, and there's so much damage control that goes into it. And that's why you have to know what you're doing. You really do.
How much do you, I know the answer to this, but tell the rest, like how often do you have your students practice doing rows and really like repeating their process and learning?
So I feel that when you are getting into hand side extensions, that you should at least do 30 days consecutively on a mannequin head before you take a model. And that's practicing a row and stitching every single day. And then after 30 days, then start taking models, because you literally can permanently damage someone's hair. And if you're not willing to put the time in and the effort in, then you shouldn't do extensions. You just shouldn't.
Absolutely. When you're asking someone to spend, upwards of $1,000 on their hair, there's a whole other level of emotion and a whole other level. And, I get a lot of inquiries, and there's a lot of no's on both ends, either me saying no to them or them going like, oh, I did not realize the expense of this, because they don't realize how much time goes into it. And one of the things that was, like the more emotional side, is just being able to own my knowledge, my worth, my skills, and being comfortable with saying like, okay, like I remember 2017, I felt horrible if a ticket came over $200. And now my threshold for that is 2,000. So that's not like a self-righteous bougie thing at all. It's just like, I mean, like you said, we spent over $20,000 on our education. That's a college education, so being able to own your worth and real is as an artist, something that you really have to be able to do, as well as take yourself seriously. So they can, so they can truly see the value in what you're providing for them. And for me, I tend to get mostly people with really tragic hair.
Mm-hmm.
So alopecia and really, really fine, thin hair. So again, like speaking back to like the damage that's done, a lot of people, I have about three clients that were getting extensions to the point where now they have to have extensions. Like it was, and on top of it, they're what I call blondorexics, and I had to like ground them from highlights. And so between the chemical damage and the scalp damage, we have to know how to adjust them in the right way to have, and the strength to actually hold extensions so we can grow their hair out underneath, because you truly can. And after switching to Grace, I was able to totally heal a lot of my clients' hair, put them where they had less rows, where their hair was thick, where it was healthy, where, even in the beginning, it was like, this picture isn't like the best to put on Instagram because I'm trying to like blend a skullet, as we call it. But at the same time, like to see the before and the after, and taking photos of their hair from when we started to like their new set of hair. It's usually by that time, like 6, 7, 8 months later, when we're replacing the hair, depending on how they take care of it, their hair is totally transformed. So, really taking that seriously as an artist, to understand that you're not there to just throw extensions in someone's hair and let them feel better. You're there to like heal their hair and heal them emotionally, because it really is like hair holds energy. Right. That's why I think a lot of people like me are cutting it off right now. But, also, adding hair to give them better energy, and it really truly changes lives. And I didn't realize it going into extensions, how much you know, more how much it changes someone's life and how much like it actually provides a better income for your client.
It really does. It changes people's lives. And it's not just because I want to make more money behind the chair, but the impact we have on women is just, it's incredible. It really is so incredible.
It, I hear it every day. And again, like right now, it's harder to sell as an artist, especially in California. This is probably globally right now. Before it was, people would be very, very picky about where they spend their money. They certainly want to prioritize small businesses, I believe, across the board, which is every salon everywhere. Maybe not product companies, but all of us are small business owners, whether you own a salon, whether you're a rental artist or even a commission artist. Like my employees are running their own business. Either way, they're in charge of their income, they're in charge of their business and how they present themselves. But now we're experiencing a huge divide in income. I don't think everyone suffered just like they did in 2008. Everyone was affected kind of across the board. Here, some people are making a ton of money and some people are just wiped out. Mm-hmm. But either way, we have to respect the fact that it is so much harder to sell yourself as an artist now because those guests are going to be 100 times more picky about what artists they go to. And if you've taken a one-day extension class or you're not doing your due diligence to have the contracts, to have the conversations, I can't tell you how many clients don't have worn extensions and their stylist never educated them on how to take care of them and just like follow up. Or now when, you know, I've been off for so long, I feel like I've been a little bit out of practice, but you know, mm-hmm. making the phone calls to check on their scalp after an initial install, those people are shocked to hear from me because
people get ghosted all the time. It's insane that these artists will put extensions in people, and when people have issues, the stylist will not respond to them. It is a very common thing. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, it is. And I am getting new clients in that are just at their wits' end. They're like, I can't get it fixed. And here, especially in California right now, a lot of stylists quit. Like mm-hmm. they just quit. And so whether it's color clients or extension clients, they're getting ghosted even more because a lot of people right now, and I understand why, are just like, they just can't even, like they can't even. And you know, that says a lot to emotional intelligence. And that's something kind of, you weave in your training, you know? So, mm-hmm. and we have to like seek out, but I think, making sure that everybody, you know, we're not turn and burn. This is not a turn and burn stylist. Like you say this a lot. This is not the DoubleTree, it's the Ritz. And, mm-hmm. you know, I still love to be very real and very raw and very myself with my clients. So I'm not quite the Ritz, but really respecting that people are going to be very picky with your money, and you better know your shit, and you better follow through, and you better be like an amazing hostess to them and understand that everybody, it was already an emotional decision to get extensions and to invest in yourself that much. But now there's like a whole other layer of emotions and even trauma, depending on what people have gone through this year so far. So you have to, you know, these kind of things right now for me is like that reset, like, okay, like you've gone through your shit, Jack, and now it's time to like get back in the game and understand that other people are going through theirs as well. And, you know, I have a business to grow and a team to help pull through all of that as well. And there's just a lot there that you have to really understand and respect. So that was like my soapbox.
Oh my gosh. I know this year's, it's been so crazy. But extensions, like definitely if you do it right, it's the way to, I think it's the way to go with like hair in general. I love doing them every day. I really do. And with our method too, like it has support with the actual thread and the beads. So that's why there's that longevity with it. And like you said, we do have like the customer service aspect, marketing aspect, all of that within the actual education, which I think people think if they take a class and they post a picture on social media that people are going to run to them. And it's not the case. You have to know how to market yourself. You really do.
Yeah. And follow through with it. I say this a lot, that most of our industry is smoke and mirrors, and that trickles forward and backwards and throughout, where, you know, I have gotten clients from artists who ghost them, and I'm like, who, what? Like this person, where I'm fangirling their Instagram because they're a better photographer than me. That's really the difference. You know?
Yeah.
And so I need to up my photography game, but you know, it is the training to do all of the things and how to be stylists do not learn business. They just don't. It's not sexy. Even now, you know, we're learning that we need to, you know, support our beauty federations and the lawyers that advocate. Like, it's crazy. So there's all this stuff that, like, you know, it's not as cute to do a balayage class, but that's what your method teaches, is the business aspect of it and the paperwork and how to streamline that paperwork, because there is a lot to it. On how to, you know, the consultation forms, the care sheets, the follow-up forms, and all of that stuff, and how to streamline it so you still look really professional. And, you know, this is med spa quality stuff. This isn't just doing hair. This is med spa level. So you have to be able to bring yourself up to that. And it takes a while, and it takes a lot of patience. And that was one thing in the beginning. When I got into hand tied, I went like balls to the wall and was like, I'm ready now, and took seven models right away. It was awful. The hair went bad on me, actually. 5 out of 7. The hair just crawled up like,
oh my gosh, that bad hair. I know that bad hair you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. And it crawled up on me. They wouldn't replace it. So not only had I invested like money I didn't have in like launching myself into this career, I had to replace everybody's hair, because that is what you do. You know, it falls on you as the artist. And yeah, you know, this is why we're here, because we made the mistakes.
We did make the mistakes. And that's why, again, going back to like, you need to charge your worth, and you need to charge what you're supposed to, because when things like that happen, then that's your security to have to replace hair. There's so many people who just undercharge, and
Yep, absolutely.
does the whole community a disservice. The whole community.
Yeah. I get a lot of like sticker shock sometimes, and I'm like, sorry, like, this is what it is. Because as well as, you know, we have friends who offer hand-tied extensions now, which is great. You know, Natalia and Rachel and Christine and all these people who are now small businesses offering hand-tied hair that now we know we can trust.
Yeah.
We trust the quality. And because that experience, having hair go bad on me and the company not supporting me, and, you know, and not charging enough for it, I was out even more money. It was insane. So it's really nice to have a community. You created the Facebook group. It was, what is it? Hair Extension Business Support?
Oh, the support group? Yeah. Which has been so awesome. It's been so helpful with just, I don't know.
Everything.
Yeah.
Where do you get curly hand-tied extensions? What do you do if this happens? What do you do if this happens? You know, so that, and we didn't have that before. In fact, if something was wrong, it was you. And there was not that support. So it was really cool that through pain and through all these things that went wrong, there's this huge community of people who, and you spearheading it, to that just are like, we're here to help. We have no, you know, gain out of this other than to help you navigate this industry. And like, also, please don't undercharge, because then you screwed up everybody else, and yourself.
Well, And switching the mindset too from competition, everyone being your competition to, collaboration, because we are stronger together when we work together and help each other. And there's no reason Jacki, you're not going to attract the same client I attract. Like we're two different people. We have different verbiage, different styles. Like
Absolutely.
we're completely different. So I think that's another thing too, is stop with the negative competition attitude.
I see it in a lot of, I have like a weird relationship with Facebook. I try to stay off of it. And that is really why, because, other hairstylist group might be a little bit more competitive. And it is funny, even if it's color, cut, whatever, we all bring a different art and personality to the table. And when we talk about target market and designing your clientele or consciously branding yourself, you are strategically attracting the right people. So they're not on now, but they'll be watching the replay. I have about like 4 or 5 artists who learn different methods that I'm like, that I'm sharing with, because, they're not going to do the same clients I'm going to do. My staff aren't going to have the same clients that I have. And so that's one really, really huge thing in the industry that I do believe we've made really good strides in changing, but there's some people that we need to bring on over.
And there's enough people to go around. There are enough clients to fill everyone's chairs. There's a lot of people in the world.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of women who want to feel amazing and beautiful. And that's what extensions do. So having that mindset too is, I think there's a scarcity mindset so much within our industry when it comes to, charging our worth and not thinking that there's enough people to sit in your chair. And that's something I want to break through with my class in the future as well, obviously, because scarcity mindset is what it crushes. It's a career crusher.
It is. It's even trickled down into some clients too who feel weird going to another artist. If theirs isn't available, I've had those comments where they're like, "All right, that's cheating. I don't want to cheat on you." I'm like, I don't. It's not. It's fine. Like, I would love for you to experience this person because I think they're really great.
Yeah.
I love that we're, trying to be a bigger voice for that. And there's a lot of people in the industry who are as well. And I hope more and more people really, really understand that. And if any year, this is the year for it, because, just like a side note, I had another salon owner and a lot of salon owners help me out while, open a business,
Yeah.
in 2020. Oh my gosh. So,
I know you were so lucky. Like that salon owner that let you work in her salon, that was so amazing.
I don't think she even put a thought to it. And I grovel, cried, thank you. And she's like, it's no, yeah. And I do it too, so a lot of us would do it, but it's, when we talk about, salon polyamory and our artists working in different salons, we really mean it. We really do mean it. So, and I experienced how necessary it is, especially right now. So hopefully this did a big shift. I know our industry got turned on its head, and I hope this is the opportunity that people really take to kind of change their career, take themselves seriously, understand that extensions will probably carry them through a pandemic, and that they can still, I know it might not be very appetizing to get into hair right now, especially if you live in California, but I promise you it's still one of the best careers you'll ever have. And respecting yourself as an artist will carry you through the scarcity mindset and taking you to the next level, as long as you're training with, programs like Grace Hand-Tied.
Get a mentor and a coach.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. 100%. I would have sabotaged my business without it.
And that's another thing too, when I was talking about making sure that you actually pay for help, and because you can't do everything on your own. It's the same thing with growing your business. Get a coach to help you totally transform your business.
Yeah. Yeah. I can think of a lot of times that, I felt like, oh, should I continue this? Should I?
I know. And then you have the phone call and you're like, damn it. Sticking with it. Doing it.
Yeah, I would have destroyed like my mind, my energy, and then trickled into my business had I not kept with, Destroy the Hairdresser and keep up with, the hand-tied extension community, who are beautiful people who want to help, the one that, you've created. So anyway, we're at the end.
Yay. It went by so fast.
I know, the half-hour ones are good too. But so tell people where we can find you and your training.
So you can find all of the links for our hand-tied extension class and our other classes. We've got a social media playbook. We have the Grace Hand Tied, and that's at Grace Hand Tied Method on Instagram, and the link is in the bio. I'm also in the works, and I'm creating a program for salon owners and for independent stylists, and it's all a Train Your Assistant program. So that will be a whole program that you share with your assistants and your staff to get them trained and on the floor, because a lot of salon owners don't have time for that either. So that's in the works.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it's gonna be good. Of course, I'm gonna share it with you. I'll get your feedback.
Absolutely. I know I need to get to the point of, I need to definitely go. Assistant is like the first thing on my list as soon as we're like recovered. Like probably before I'm even recovered, it's that important.
And when you take someone on who is a newbie and new in the industry, you change their life.
Yeah. Oh, that girl like used to be there. I used to run large salons, like they were the Aveda salons, and so everything was very like and so that person's still there, but I want to shift it a little bit to, with our new like different philosophies there. But man,
I'm the
same. Studios for so long, I'm like, I used to teach students, and that was like almost 10 years ago. So getting back to that person again and being like, what? So a program would help me so much. Because I'm like, wait, how did I do that? But I remember loving it.
It's so good.
No, I love teaching. I love educating and like spreading the love. So thank you so much for coming on and spreading your love to my little platform.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me.
Well, I love you so much, and thank you. And yeah, I hope everybody really thinks about doing the Grace method rather than any other one when they're thinking about doing hand-tied extensions, because it really has like with my extension business, it's like I can know that they are going to walk out the door and there's going to be nothing to fix.
I'm so glad.
So anyway, thank you so much. Have a good afternoon. I'll talk to you
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.